Hello and welcome to Sharon Local History. Welcome to Sharon, Massachusetts. This past weekend, three nonprofits organized a hike to the Bluff, to Moose Hill. So Sharon Historical Society, Sharon Friends of Conservation, and Sustainable Sharon Coalition organized a hike to the Bluff, which is part of Moose Hill. Moose Hill is Mass Audubon. It is the oldest and largest wildlife sanctuary. There are lots of forests, fields, wetlands, and amazing hiking and great trails that are well marked. And we hiked on one of them to the Bluff, where there are two overlook areas that you can have pretty decent view. So we were thrilled that the weather was amazing. It was nice, dry, sunny fall day, and a good group of us, about 20 people, met at the main parking lot at the Audubon, and we hiked up to the Bluff. It was really nice hike. We actually tried to tell people a little bit less about nature and history, because the last time we attempted, we basically didn't make it all the way up because we were talking for too long. So our hikes are pretty good combination of being outside, doing some exercise, and learning something new. Anybody is welcome to join us for our hikes, and we usually advertise on social media, on Facebook, and on our websites. And we also send emails to our members. You don't have to be a member to join us, but we wouldn't mind if you become one day. So, as I mentioned, the weather was really truly amazing, and it's a fantastic day for hiking. I still recommend to people to check for ticks, because you just never know. They are out all year round, except when it's deep snow. So this is finally when we are close to the Bluff, and I just took a little short video to give you idea. So the hike is it's pretty good, even for a beginner. So it's flat for a while when you walk on Billings Court. That is the name for the main path that goes from the parking lot to the barn. So that's called Billings Court, and it's named after Leonard Lorenzo Billings, who was a veteran of a Civil War. And he had housed their little cape. So when you walk past the barn at Billings Court, you can turn the left, then you walk through the forest, and then there's a little steep hill, but it's not bad at all. However, when you get to this spot, the first overlook, you can walk to another one, and there is a little steeper hike. As you can see, the views are pretty cool. You can see far. It's very relaxing. It's incredible. I wish I can say you can see this and that amazing castle that I'm used to. However, you cannot see castle, but you can see Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. It's pretty nice view. It is right now. It looks kind of busy because the group of us came. However, if you hike there during the week, it's hardly anybody there. I will give you a few more facts about Moose Hill. So Moose Hill, apparently it's called Moose Hill because few hundred years ago, a hunter shot two moose with one bullet. That's one explanation. Moose Hill is truly very excessive area. I think it is close to 2,000 acres, 1,971 acres, and the property is actually the oldest property of the Mass Audubon Society, and it was established in 1916. Right next to it, we have a Moose Hill farm, which was a farm of the Kendall family, and it was donated to the trustees. So trustees own it now. So that's the additional acreage. The Nature Center at the Moose Hill Parkway was purchased 1990s, and the displays are pretty cool, and it's definitely worth visiting. Bathroom is there as well. So the parking is free for Sharon residents. However, if you're not resident, you can buy parking, or I recommend you getting the pass from Audubon. It's a great non-profit to support. So this is one of the more interesting parts on this hike, especially if you think about history. It is part of the Bluff, and it's called Allen Ledge. This actually used to be an old cabin, and I will include a picture of it. However, anything that's left is just the chimney right now. So the stone structure right there is called chimney. It is old chimney. So the rock is called Chimney Rock, and it sits right on the top of the bluff. There used to be a small cabin, and unfortunately it burned down in 1942, and the chimney is all that was left. Here is a historical photograph from 1929, and that is Fiore Carpeno. So I believe he lived below on the road with his family, and he just built this little cabin. If you admire those those large granite boulders, you can see the marks from the glacier moving over them and scraping off little parts. That's pretty cool. So when you go back from this overlook, you can either go the same way you came, or you can find different trails. They are quite well marked, even though you can see this post right here on the right side, right? So there are good signs and arrows. However, when the leaves are down and everything is brown, you kind of should really pay attention where you are walking. One of the very interesting things about Moose Hill is those amazing stone walls. So before over 100 years ago, before Audubon was established, there were lots of different farms. Right here on the right side, that was actually a sheep farm. So again, stone walls, that was enclosure for sheep. So when you walk a hike at Moose Hill, you can see tons of different signs of history, and because it is Audubon for last 100 years, there's lots of nature. This is Gaurav, the president of Sharon Friends of Conservation, acquiring new volunteers. Yay! And here are just links to our groups: Sharon Historical Society, Sustainable Sharon, Sharon Friends of Conservation, and I also would like to give shout out to Moose Hill, Audubon. Great hikes, great to be outside and get educated, and maybe you will join us in the future. Keep your eyes open on Facebook and social media. Thank you very much for watching Sharon Local History.